My task here is very simple. I will share with you a little bit about what SIF has achieved to date. Although has been approved in 2017, we only became operational in September last year. But we have done a lot of tremendous work so far, and I just want to share with you a little bit more about what we have done and some of the plans for the not-so-distant future. So as I mentioned, we had a digital launch of SIF on December 2014. We decided on a digital launch as this was consistent with the CDB's whole mandate and our thrust, which speaks to digital transformation of the region and using the technology. And we were so anxious to get the awareness of the SIF in the marketplace. We thought, let's not delay any further, let persons start to be aware of the product and let them start to think about their projects and proposals so that they can get ready to basically access the financing. We rolled out this program through all of CDB's social media channels, and we're also available on our website. In terms of governance, we also have been we've been very diligent in establishing a very strong governance framework for SIF. And in this regard, we have a regional steering committee, which mirrors the regional nature of the fund. And I'm very happy to welcome and introduce you to some of the steering committee members, the institutions that are represented, being the OECS Commission. Mr. Sobers Esprit is here. We have Dr. Hilary Brown from CARICOM Secretariat. Laverne McFarland from Caribbean Development Fund is not here with us this afternoon. And also there's Alison Francis from Caribbean Export Development Agency. The steering committee is a very instrumental component of the fund, and they have been a tremendous help and support in helping us to reach this stage as well, in terms of their technical expertise, their contacts, and their support and oversight in terms of the vision and implementation of the fund. When we launched in December, we also issued our first call for proposals, and this focused on the enabling environment. Why the enabling environment? We feel that with most of the issues affecting micro, small, and medium enterprises, the enabling environment basically is the foundation, and therefore we wanted to have that foundational aspect covered because that is where the creative entrepreneurs operate, and this is where you need to have strong frameworks. So that call was issued in December with a closing date of February 28th, just about 2 weeks from now. And the purpose of that call is really to support projects that reduce some of the constraints for creative enterprises operating through policy reforms, business climate initiatives, and so on. And we are really excited about that. As of today, there have been 70 applications registered on the SIF application portal for this particular grant, and that is a very significant, and I think we're very heartened by that response because it shows this type of demand there is in the market for this support. And we still have 2 more weeks to go, so we expect that Marielle will be very busy in the next few weeks. We've also been, as Daniel mentioned in his presentation, collaboration and engagement is a key component of SIF. And we have been participating and implementing on numerous levels of engagement initiatives. We've had BSO meetings, this is our business support organizations, introducing them to SIF, validating, hearing from them, because we really want to make sure that the fund is responsive and relevant. So we have had an engagement meetings in December. We have had a special BSO meeting for the OECS just last week, Friday, with support from our steering committee member from the OECS Commission. And we have also had a series of consultations on phone calls and emails, and there's been a lot of interest there. One of the very innovative platforms that we've also launched and have started to roll out is that called SIF Creative Talk. We mentioned about collaboration and engagement. This is a platform we have designed specifically to have conversations about the creative industries. What are the constraints? What are the priority needs? And this is beyond SIF. It can also include what other partners may be able to contribute to the sector and to build the ecosystem. And therefore, we have included a number of persons in this particular initiative. We have had one SIF Creative Talk so far. This was also in December, which focused on fashion and technology. And we have another SIF Talk carded for Trinidad in collaboration with Export TT, which will focus on the enabling environment, which is in line with the current call that is out there in the marketplace. As you can see, we've also been very busy spreading the word about SIF. We have been participating, we attended and represented SIF at Innovate Barbados with the BIDC. We have been at Foromic, and we've also participated and made representation at a UN Women's series of consultations where we were able to present SIF and the role of women in the creative industry specifically. I will now hand over to the coordinator of SIF, Marielle, who will speak a little bit about our partnership strategy and to share with you some other exciting, innovative opportunities for you, some of the partners gathered here this afternoon.